Hello, and welcome to another day on the channel. My name is RNGesus, and today we'll be doing some more Qualifier plans. Well, not really some more, but you know what I mean. Qualifier plans. So if you're not familiar with what we're going to be doing today, it is going to be a sealed pool of Dominaria United, where you only get 2 losses, and you have to try and get 6 wins to get into the Qualifier event. It's best of 1, yada yada yada. And without further ado, let's jump into our packs and see what we open. Come on, something good. Something good. It's okay. Shadow Right Priest is not great. Same with Shivan Reef, Temporary Lockdown. But our green cards are pretty nice. Loam Speaker and Quarian Beast Caller. I'm not sure how I feel about Silver Scrutiny. I haven't seen it played, nor have I played with it yet, so I doubt it's that good. So hopefully our commons and uncommons are better. Let's see, we've got white. Absolutely sucks. Like, it's got double Citizen's Arrest, but besides that, it's pretty bad. Blue has Essence Scatter, Figment, an Impulse or 2, a Negate, 2 Academy Walls, Soaring Drake, Voda, and 2 Jinns of the Fountain. Not the greatest. How's our green? Okay, our green's actually looking really good. Hold on, let me clear all this out. Since I don't think we're going to want to play blue too much. But green, we've got Strength of the Coalition, good combat trick. Loam Speaker, Beastmaster, Snare Spinner, Root Walla, Iconoclast. 2 Bog Badgers, Hexbane Tortoise, Scout, Linebreaker Baloth, and Mossbeard Ancient. I've played enough with Mossbeard Ancient to know how broken it is. Unless they have a removal spell, it's really good. And removal's pretty light in this set. Most of it's either damage-based, minus-based, or whatever. Uncommon, there's like a Meteorite, which could be fine. Kind of legendary creatures, you've got Balmor, Bortuk, Rada, Tori, and Baird. Both of those colors are pretty good. But again, our white, pretty bad. Our red, you've got Electrostatic Infantry, Lightning Strike, Yavimaya Steel Crusher. If you got enough instant sorceries, Electrostatic Infantry is pretty good. What's our mana base looking like? We've got Haunted Mire. That's really it. Like, we've got a lot of green lands, luckily, so we can basically play anything we want besides like double cost stuff. But our black I like a lot. We've got Battlefly Swarm. Blight Pile is slow, but it's a decent blocker, so who knows. Phyrexian Vivisector. How many? This cares about clerics, right? Shaman. Do you have like any clerics? No, not that we have it playables, so this seems pretty bad at the moment. But it seems cool for constructed play. Tribute to Urborg, Soul Tender, Rager, Extinguished Light. Probably not playing Warhorse, but 2 Withering Necromancers is pretty good. We definitely want to be a high creature count with our Quarian Beast Caller and Withering Necromass. Oh wait, we have 2 Mossbeard Ancients? I did not know that. That makes the deck interestingly much better. We're not going to play 2 Meteorites. So we just want to be as rampy as possible, and we've got like Scout the Wilderness, Meteorite, and that's it in the way of ramp for our Mossbeard. We'll just eventually get to it. Automatic Librarian is fine, playable. What else do we want to try and play? We got double Sunlit Marsh, so I don't hate trying maybe to splash a white card, but what white card? Like, all of our white cards are pretty bad. And we also have double Radiant Grove, so we have all the white fixing in the world, but nothing to splash. Which feels really bad. Like, we're not going to splash a Phalanx or a Sleeper. We've got double Sunlit Marsh, double Radiant Grove. We're not going to splash Tori Davernant when our red and white's are already pretty splat on the splash. Do we have any white kicker? Scout the Wilderness? Strength of the Coalition. Yeah, I guess maybe playing the lands isn't bad. It also helps with Domain. And we've got like 2 things that need white to kick. Maybe play Sabotage. Are we aggressive enough for that? Let's play 1 Shadow Prophecy, I think. Like, the draw, too, is really good here. Anything else? Battle Rage Blessing? Not really. Battlefly Swarm? I think we actually cut this one. Like, we don't really want to see it. Rona is black, black, blue. So we could try and splash Rona. That cares about instant sorceries, which we want to be very light on. We want to be more creature heavy. So unless the instant and sorcery is really good, I don't think we want to play it. Strength of the Coalition. It's a mass pump because it gives counters on everything and is a combat trick, so I like that a lot. Tribute, just decent removal. Scout fixes. Prophecy draws cards and Extinguish Light, good removal. Meteorite helps splash stuff. I think we can cut like 1 Bog Badger, since most of the time it's going to be a 3-mana 3/3. Sometimes it could be good though. Like Withering Necromask, giving it Menace is really good. Yeah, I think we just cut the Hexbane Taurus actually. Like the Hexbane Taurus isn't doing that much in this deck. And it's easily traded off with like a 2-power creature. And then 1 more cut. I think we have enough card draw and activated abilities and whatever that we want to run 17 lands. So we want to cut 1 more card. Do you want to just cut Rada? Becomes tapped. Another target creature gets +X, where X is a number of basic lands types you control. So it can give something else a pump. Do we have like any enlist stuff to do some fun stuff with that? Just the Baloth. Yeah, I think we just cut Rada. Like, Rada's cool and all, but it doesn't give itself the pump, and I feel like that's where it falls. Is there like any white card at all we want to play that isn't double white? Seriously, that just is unfortunate. All the white fix in the world, yet nothing to use it on. Oh well. Do we want to play anything else? I mean, Griffin Protector wouldn't be bad. It's like a flyer. We are kind of late on flyers. It's like an easy enough splash. We want to play these Marsh and Radiant Grove anyway for our Borturk Bone Rattle, Sunbathing Rootwalla, and our 2 kicker cards that need white. Maybe just play a Warhorse since we can kick it pretty easily. A 5-mana 3/3 that comes with a 1/1. Huh. Yeah, this is tough. Maybe just splash some removal with Heirloom Battle Hymn. I don't hate that. Although, again, land situation not the greatest. Like, how much removal do we have? Tribute. Extinguish the Light. Meteorite. That is it. Yeah, maybe splashing Heirloom Battle Hymn isn't bad. Like, we've got Loam Speaker. We've got Scout. Got Meteorite, and then we got 2 basic lands to cast Battle Hymn. Since we don't want it on curve, I think we can go with 1 mountain. And then add green. What do we need more? Green or black? Yeah, green's our fixer color. We'll add more green. Actually, maybe we just play a Tangled Islet for domain purposes. And do we have any blue kicker? Yeah, we got Tribute to Urborg. Although we're never going to kick that, are we? I feel like this deck is just like, if we make it to late game, we win. So I guess we want to just play some more early game stuff rather than late game stuff. Yeah, cut the Tangled Islet. Maybe add like a Blight Pile. Just 2 mana 3/3 blocker. Nah, I guess just cut the Battle Hymn. Yeah, we don't really want to play that. So 17 lands. Is there anything else we want to play? Maybe we're creature heavy enough to play Argivian Phalanx on the splash. Like, we have enough fixing that we don't have to like care about it being white. Just cut the Librarian for the Phalanx. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so this seems like a fine deck. It feels a little weird, but hopefully it's better than it looks like. Because these Mossbeard Ancients and Ridley Necromancers will hopefully win us some games. But yeah, if you enjoyed the content, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button. But let's, without further ado, jump into things and see how the deck does. On the draw, this hand, it's missing land, but if we do find 1 land, we are pretty set, so I think we'll try it. It's gonna be a little risky. It says target creature you control, okay. I want to play the Swamp to avoid holding priority if they play a creature, but doesn't matter. Okay, come on, deck. Just draw a land. Come on, I believe in you. Just any land. Any land at all. Even a tap land I'll be fine with, because then we can hold up strength. Close enough. I mean, it's mana. And that's what we need here. Let's just hope they don't have removal for it, or else we'll be in pretty bad shape. No, don't you start looking at this Loam Speaker. Don't you bite it. It did nothing to you. Swing with your Vanguard. We'll trade with the Ruwala. I am fine by that. And if you have a pump spell, I'm also fine trading a Root Wall for a pump spell. Just use a pump spell, please. But please. Like we're willing to trade a Rager later. Oh, well, I mean, that's probably one of the worst pump spells for us, but I'm fine with that. And we draw a Bog Badger. Well, Rager. Try and draw land. Preferably a green source so you can hold up strength. I swear I'm running 17 lands. I swear. 2 lands in the top 12 cards. What are the odds? Somebody please tell me. And then next we'll cast an Eerie Soul Tender and mill 3 lands. Because that's how Magic is. They bite down my Loam Speaker. Yikes. On the plus side, Withering Necromancer is getting cheap. Necromancer is getting cheaper. take 4, go down 15. And they pass, draw a Snare Spinner. I mean, it's castable at least. Just pass a turn. We're running 17 lands, and we still can't even draw 1. Maybe we should be running 18 lands and cut Meteorite. This costs 5 to activate. Yeah, we'll double block. If they have a trick, it'll suck, but we can come back from it. Yeah, it's not like we're losing too much. Plus, this makes our Necromass cheaper if they do have a trick. Just let things happen, man. Come on, please. Taking forever. Ooh, Lotus. There it is. They're not kicking it? Just... That would have been a free counter if they kicked it, so I guess they have something else. The Weather Seed Treaty, we would have loved to see that. Or lands, for that matter. We have 15 lands left in the deck. We have a greater than 50-50 chance of drawing one, and we still can't draw one. Sometimes, Magic, you surprise me. I mean, Vivisector's a chump blocker that can scry one. Argivian Cavalier. Scry 1. It's a land. We can't complain. It doesn't let us hold up strength, but it's still a land, and a land's a land. 2 mana Necromass. Love it. Play Sunlit Marsh. And now the lands are gonna start coming. They can give something +2/+2. I'll probably give like the Cavalier +2/+2. Just because our guy, or Charismatic Vanguard, can just activate itself to trade off. And then Cavalier can just swing in and list a creature. Jeez, some soldier synergy over there. They swing with everything. We trade off. We eat a Cavalier. And then take 7, 8, 9, 10. Go to 5. And hopefully live. Shadow Prophecy, not looking that good here. Just cast a Soul Tender. Just get another blocker on board. If they see the line, we are dead. Where they just activate the Vanguard. Play land. So they don't see the line. Good, good. Yeah, because they could have just swung out with everything. Block Valiant Veteran and Vanguard. And then we still take 5. But I still don't see how we win this. Just... We were running 17 lands, and they're just all somewhere in this deck. Just 4 lands in the top 20 cards. What are the odds? There's so many lines you could have done better. Well, if I'm going out on my own terms. Well, that's not a good start to things. Hopefully we can do better in the next game. But I think what I'm going to do is go back to the deck and cut the lands and the Root Walla. Get a Blight Pile in the deck. Only leave the Haunted Mire. Boraturk Bone Rattle gets a lot worse. Same with Shadow Prophecy, but I think that's fine. Yeah, I think just changing it like this is probably better. Well, hopefully this version's can find some lands, and then let's cut the Phalanx since we're not going to be able to cast that for like a Battlefly Swarm. Get some early game. And then cut Meteorite for another Battlefly. Like, as long as we hold up a black source, these Battlefly Swarms are very, like, scary for their opponents, so hopefully that's better. I'll see you all in the next game, which hopefully isn't the last. On the draw, this hand is much better than our previous hand. Well, that was just not a fun game to play. We'll lead off with a Battlefly Swarm. And then Beast Caller, Eerie Soul Tender, just curve out. Sadly, Shadow Prophecy is just a draw 2, lose 2 for 3 mana instant speed. Which isn't amazing, but it's not terrible. Especially when we have big spells like Mossbeard Ancient in the deck. Blue-green doesn't have the greatest removal, so hopefully we can start stomping him out with this Beast Caller. What you got? No, stay away from my Beast Caller. I doubt you have any removal for it anyway, besides like a Lightning Strike that you're splashing. Oh, Splatter Goblin. Well, good to know. Good to know. Cast an Eerie Soul Tender. We got a lot of targets for the Splatter Goblin to kill. I'm fine with all those mills. We prefer to mill more creatures just for Withering Necromass purposes, but can't get it all. Do you have a removal spell? Or Bone Splinters? Yeah, that sucks for us. On the plus side, our Eerie Soul Tender's a little big. We'll just be able to bring it back eventually with Boraturk. And Withering Necromass is already super cheap. Swing for 4. Take it. Second main phase. Cast Shadow Prophecy to hopefully draw some lands. Cool. Play a land, pass turn. We've got a whole bunch of late game. Maybe we should be running 18 lands in this deck. Like, our late game is just so powerful that we don't really need to, like, have cards sitting in our hand for a while. We just want to be able to survive and hit our land drops. Let's move to combat, swing for 4. They block with the wall. Sadly, they don't fear. They do not fear anything. Let's go with Loam Speaker into Iconoclast. So let's see. We can next turn cast Boraturk, reanimate Quarian Beastcaller, and then just starts getting a bunch of big creatures on board, or like Necromass and Mossbeard Ancient. Phyrexian Espionage, no kicker. Sure. Luckily we don't have to discard a card, because we don't want to discard anything here. So I guess they're like a sort of green, blue, black deck that's just missing black. Except for this Crystal Grotto, which is helping them dig a bit. And fix. They discard a Pixie Illusionist. That's actually interesting. Because that can help fix their mana. Oh, that's why. They found a Haunted Mire. Cool. Well, let's cast Borturk. Go get our Beast Caller. Pass the turn. Like, Borturk, even without 5-color reanimation, is still fine, because you can still return the card back to your hand. So you can just cast it. It's just a little less powerful. Now that they found like a true black source, hopefully nothing too scary comes of it from it. Like, all that's protecting them is just some defenders, so I'm not too worried. Their own Withering Necromass. Well, say hello to the graveyard for me. And then we can animate a land. Swing in with everything since there's no punishment not to. And then they block the 2, a 3 and a 4 power creature, and then they take 9. Cool. Pass the turn. Thank you, Loam Speaker, for the animation effect. I've never actually animated a land with this. It's always just been a mana dork. But here it's actually been pretty good. Like, just an extra 3 damage will probably matter in this game. So the goal for the rest of the games, I guess, is just find our bombs and win, and just stall. Tolarian Geyser, bounce the Soul Tender. Sure. They get to gain some life with it, which is nice. They have something. Urborg Repossession. Looking at their graveyard probably means it's an Urborg Repossession. If we play Eerie Soul Tender, there's a chance that we mill 3 creatures to cast Necromancer, or Necromass. Actually, we only need to mill 2 creatures. But we'd rather animate a land. Yep, Urborg Repossession. They go to 10. We draw a land. I think the play here is cast Necromass. Get a counter on the Beast Caller. Animate a land. And so this way we can punch in for more while we still can. They block the 4, a 3, and then take 6. Cool. Pass the turn. They cast a Necromass and a Rager. Well, that at least puts them down to 3. Which means that Quarian Beast Color is lethal, Iconoclast is lethal. Don't we just have lethal on board? Yeah, just animate a land. Swing with everything. They can block 4 things, but not all of them. And all of them are lethal threats. Good games. They can't survive this unless they have some sort of nourishing shoal effect that costs 0 mana. Block, block, do your worst. You're still dead to my little forest. Llanowar Loam Speaker dealing an extra 9 damage this game has been insane. GG's. Let's just hope that this is the same for every single game. On to the next one. On the draw, this hand's missing green, especially with the Linebreaker Baloth. Do we risk it? No, we just mulligan. Ugh. I mean, I guess we can keep this, just because we can bottom the Extinguish. We're missing black, but really Necromass only costs 1 black versus our last hand, which cost double green for this. And there's a black source, cool. Everything's going on track. I just hope it stays that way. Watch us find an Eerie Soul Tender, mill 3 creatures, and just keep drawing like 1 more land for the rest of the game would be very good. Valiant Veteran, sure. We'll cast our own powerful rare. I mean, this is probably the most powerful and limited. Just because all the token producers in this set are soldiers. But our beast color's better. They play Sacred Peaks into a Battlefly Swarm with no black mana to hold up. Guess what? Our Battlefly Swarm's better. Not because we can hold up, but because we get value from casting it. We'll pass turn. We take 2. Sure. Charismatic Vanguard. That is a soldier. We will pass a turn. Okay, no more lands for the rest of the game. Capiche? They can't really swing in with anything, or else we can just trade in with Battlefly Swarm. They only have 3 cards, so they're running a little low on fuel. Hopefully, anyway. They swing with the Swarm. We'll block with the Vanguard, with the Swarm. And give it Death Touch. It resolves. Cool. Trade our 1/1 for a 4/3. And this also makes our Necromass cheaper. Mossbeard Ancient, okay. That definitely gives us some late game power. If we even like draw a land, it's not even a bad thing now. No attacks. Pass a turn. They can't even block this Baloth, because everything they have is power 2 or less. So its ability actually this ability is so powerful a lot of the time. Like, it's most of the time overlooked, I feel like, just because, like, power 2 or less feels so insignificant, but in reality it's pretty big. They swing in with the Battlefly Swarm. Swamp, cool. Cast a Withering Necromass. We could enlist, put them on a 2-turn clock, which I do like. Like, if they're gonna block, they have to block with the Keldon Strike Team. And this is 9 damage. So they jump block. Sounds good to me. We pass turn, and now we have a 5/5 on defense. Next turn we'll have a Mossbeard Ancient. That will gain us 5 life, so it's going to be definitely hard for them to come back from this. Okay, so they might be like considering if they want to sacrifice a soldier or something to the barricade to try and draw out of this if they don't have anything. Yeah, so they're going to sacrifice a soldier and then sacrifice the one that I block so they can get 2 free damage in. Yeah, I'm cool with that. We just take 2. And do they have a 3-powered creature that can block this Baloth? Mesa Cavalier does not have 3 power. Well, Mossbeard Ancient, grow the Beast Caller. Enlist. Tap. Power boost. That's half your life total right there, OP. Good luck surviving the next hit. What are your last 2 cards? Interesting they didn't swing the Battlefly Swarm. Like, they can't block the Baloth, so there's no real point in holding it back. Besides, I guess, holding back the Necromass, which I guess there's a fair argument for that. Archangel of Wrath double kicked. Well, that can't even kill any of my creatures, so I mean, I guess that's 4 life and 4 burn. Pretty decent. And it can also block the Baloth, so that's something. I have 6 damage in the air. Jeez, that's a lot of land. We've drawn 5 spells this game, and somehow we're still in a winning position. Enlist. Do we want to attack with the Mossbeard Ancient? Let's see. So, they do have a black mana to block with the Battlefly Swarm, but they'll also have to block with like a Barricade to soak up damage. So like let's sing with Baloth. Enlist with Beast Caller. They they can block with Archangel. They go to 17. Let's just swing and enlist the Mossbeard Ancient. Plus, if our Quarian Beast Caller dies, we get the counters, which is pretty good, onto all of our creatures. They take it. Go down to 3. A little risky there. I guess their out is finding removal to Baloth, and once our Baloth's removed, then it becomes easier for them. So I guess that makes sense. They swing for 5. We go down to 6. And they're also at 6 now. Let's see what you got. A Mossbeard Ancient off the top would be amazing. Like any spell for that matter. Instead of more lands. Like, first game we have a no land problem. Second game, we did just fine. Third game, we're flooding. I'm noticing a pattern here. It's the dang Arena client. Curse you, Arena, sometimes. I'm not sure if they're more red for Keldon Strike Team or not. Like, this is still a fine card on its own. A 3/1 haste that gives any other creature that you had into the battlefield haste. Let's see. Human Knight. They're like knights, but they're not soldiers. Kind of funny. They just pass. That's another land. So we're dead in the air, so we're going to have to swing with everything. And considering that the fact that they can't block my Baloth, they might have a removal spell if they're playing like this and not holding back the Archangel. So do we just swing with everything? If we swing with everything, they block here. They block there, 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 and there. Take 1 damage from trample. And live. Yeah, our best bet is just to swing in with the Baloth, the Mossbeard Ancient, and Beast Caller. And list the Necromass. Because if they don't have removal, this is the best play. If they do have removal, we're dead anyway. That's my logic here, because we'll be dead in the air. And if we didn't enlist with the Baloth, then that means that there's a take-up the shield. So that's 3 life, so they go to 9. And they can sacrifice, so they go to 10. Oh, that can block the Baloth. Yep. Are they going to block with the Battlefly? Block with the barricade. No, we were so close. The Archangel. Good games. Yeah, it just was too much. We were so close, but we flooded way too hard. We drew 10 lands? In 15 cards, jeez. Well, that feels really bad, but if you enjoyed the content, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button. It means a lot. But that was just a sad game. I'll see you all next time. Have a great day.